Hey, boys and girls. It's time for Uncle Jay Explains the News. Now here's the guy who helps little minds understand big news stories, Uncle Jay.
Hi, boys and girls. Well, spring is in bloom, and so many people are into green. Some people are going after the green. Some people are losing green. Some people are turning red. Well, Uncle Jay's news word for this week is a big one. It's a little too big. Protracted. This word sounds uncomfortably like a kind of doctor you never want to see. But no, protracted means something that goes on too long. For instance, of course, the war in Iraq, which this guy said 5 years ago would only take 6 months. But this guy just said it would take another 6 months. And this guy said it would take 100 years. And then these two jumped all over what he said. But then she jumped all over something he said the other day. And people are still all over her about who he jumped. This just can't continue, boys and girls, because there's nobody in the world who has anything to gain from this kind of fight. Well, another very protracted story was about all those people stranded for so long at airports. Boys and girls, when Uncle Jay was your age, flying was fun, and the planes were on time, and the crew was so friendly, and they were curious about things I'd seen. But now, anybody traveling in America or traveling to America could have a really bad experience. It's a shame. Well, one more news story was the Olympic torch in San Francisco, playing a long game of hide and seek. The runners kept hiding out to avoid protesters. Nobody knows what they did. But Uncle Jay has obtained an exclusive video of what really happened. You want to see it? Okay, boys and girls, it's time to answer one of your news questions. This week it comes from Kevin in Tacoma, Washington. Hi, Kevin. Kevin writes, Dear Uncle Jay, my parents were in a really bad mood all weekend, and they wouldn't play with me or anything because they said they had to do their taxes. What does doing your taxes mean? Thanks, Kevin. Well, it's called doing your taxes for Uncle Sam, but it's really more like Uncle Sam doing you. All year long, the IRS takes away part of what you earn, and it's usually too much, and on April 15th, you have to ask for them to send it back. Unless they didn't take away enough, and then you better send in the rest. And the IRS doesn't do all the math on this. You have to, and get the forms and the money in by the 15th. Then they do the math and tell you did it wrong, send more. That's why people hate April 15th. And maybe that's why the government chose April 15th, because it's so far away from Election Day. Don't forget, you can see more news questions and answers at Uncle Jay's website. Send your questions to UncleJ@UncleJayExplains.com. Check back every Monday when Uncle Jay explains the news. And remember, a good kid is good news.